The Zeno Hybrid Pan Let's Cook series is a series of specially curated free classes that's gonna teach you special recipes using our hybrid pans. So what are we waiting for? Let's cook! For the Rossetti Zeno 24cm Hybrid Pan, we're doing a classic Spanish recipe, Tortilla de Patata. So we're gonna start this recipe with our Rossetti Zeno 24cm pan. That's on my right here with olive oil. That's on medium-high heat. We're gonna start with caramelizing our onions. So what I have with me here is sliced white onions, and again our pan with our hot oil, medium-high heat. So we're gonna start by sauteing this. Again, on medium-high heat. We want it medium-high heat because we want the first 1 or 2 minutes on high heat to jumpstart the caramelization process. Okay, so another tip I'm gonna give you guys for faster caramelization is we add a little salt to our onions. So what we want to happen here is we want that salt to extract the moisture from our onions, and that will in turn enable us to caramelize our onions much faster. So again, first 2 minutes we want it on medium-high. Then after the first couple of minutes, we're gonna lower down the heat and we're gonna caramelize that. Now remember, this is a lengthy process. Take your time. You know, in cooking, you need a lot of patience. While waiting for that, I'm gonna show you how to cut your potatoes. So what I have with me here is peeled potatoes, okay, whole peeled potato, and I'm going to show how to cut it using our Rossetti knife, beautifully designed, crafted Rossetti knife. So I'm going to start by slicing that potato right in the middle, okay, and I'm going to be turning that over this way. I'm going to be cutting it again in the middle, and then I will now start slicing this. There you go. So this is the potatoes that we're going to use right after we've caramelized our onions. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes, and as we can see here, our onions are nicely caramelized. Now, I want to point out, if you start seeing these bubbles on the surface, that's a very good indication. That means your sugars are caramelizing. Okay? So, at this point, I'm gonna turn the heat back to medium-high, and I will now add our sliced potatoes. So I'm gonna mix this all up, and we're gonna cook this for about a couple of minutes. This will help soften the potatoes. So after about a couple of minutes, I'm gonna turn the heat back to low, and we're gonna cook this for about 3 to 5 minutes to soften the potatoes. So after about 5 minutes, our potatoes are now soft. I'm gonna turn this off, and we're gonna transfer this to a stainless steel bowl, and we're gonna move on to the next part of this recipe. Okay, so now we're gonna get to the next part, which is preparing our eggs. So what I have with me here, these are 6 whole eggs that I will season with salt and pepper. And then I'm gonna be adding a splash of Arla full cream milk. This will help give our eggs a creamier consistency, and I'm just gonna beat this up. Okay, now we go back to our sauteed potatoes and onions that we did earlier, and what we're gonna do is we will simply combine. We have our egg mixture into our potato and onion mixture. Mix that very well. Just be sure that each and every potato pieces coated with that egg mixture. Okay, then we go back to the stovetop. Again, we have our Rossetti Zeno 24 cm hybrid pan, drizzled with just a little oil. So I'm gonna put this on medium-high heat. We want this pan quite hot before we add our potato mixture. Once we add our potato mixture, we're gonna be cooking this for a few minutes, quite hot. At this point, I will now add our potato and egg mixture. So I'm gonna leave this as is. Now, as you can see, again, one of the beautiful qualities of this hybrid pan is that instantly you will see it is not sticking to the side. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Excellent non-stick properties. I'm now gonna lower the heat to low. And we're gonna cook this gently. We're gonna cook this for a few minutes, just making sure that the bottom and the sides are nice and brown. So after a few minutes, again, you can see from the edges, it's nice and brown, as you can see there. So at this point, I'm now gonna pop this in our preheated Kiowa oven. We're at a temperature of about 200, roughly. And again, the beauty of this pan, because it's professionally designed, there are no rubber or plastic components. You can go straight from the stovetop direct to the oven, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, so now straight off the oven, as you can see, the surface is partly cooked already. If I shake the pan, you see it's pretty much solid. You see slight liquid on the center. Edges are nicely brown. So again, I'm just gonna release the sides. You see nothing is sticking to this hybrid pan. Amazing non-stick qualities. If I shake the pan, you see that the entire omelette is really shaking. It's not sticking to the pan. So what I have here on my left is our Rossetti Zeno 28 cm. So it's the bigger version of this pan. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it over that pan just to cook that surface with a nice even brown color. So remember, you gotta use a towel or a pot holder because this is hot. It just came from the oven. So what I'm gonna do is, as you can see, I have a little oil on my other pan. So I'm gonna pour the excess oil there. And I am just gonna flip it over. And there you have it. So I'm just gonna cook the other side for about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so after about 2 to 3 minutes, as you can see, we get nice bubbles on the side. If I shake the pan, see again, nothing sticks to the Rossetti Zeno hybrid pan. So at this point, we're good. I'm gonna turn this off and we'll now get to plating. Okay, so now I've placed that tortilla on a chopping board and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna cut it up. So I want to show you the very beautiful layering. Okay, so I'm using our very beautifully designed Rossetti chef's knife, and I'm gonna cut this straight in the middle so I can show you that beautiful layering. Look at that. And here we have it, your tortilla de patata cooked using our Rossetti Zeno hybrid pans. My name is Chef Gabby Prats for Zeno Hybrid Pans, inviting you to stay tuned to our monthly TikTok Live culinary demonstrations.